Hey, hello and welcome to today's GFG problem of the day. Hope you're doing well. So let's see today's problem. Implement A to I. Okay, so what the problem is saying is we'll be given a string. The objective is to convert it into integer format without using any built-in functions. Refer the below steps to know about A to I function. Okay, so for example, so what the problem is saying is we'll be given a string, right? The string can be like the string will contain digits basically. Okay, so it's a string digit and we want to convert into integer. For example, if it is minus 123, then we have to convert it into integer basically. Okay. For example, int result equal to minus 123. Okay. And we want to do this operation without using any inbuilt function. Okay. So here, let's quickly see what what are the cases here. Okay. So first of all, let's see the first case. So skip any leading white spaces. So for example, if the string contains something like this, right? There are some white spaces and then there is a digit, right? Then there are digits basically. So what the problem is saying is the first case is saying is we want to ignore these white spaces and move ahead. For example, in this case, we want to return 456. Okay, so this is the first case. Okay, second case is so let's do one thing. Let's do one thing. With this also, with the cases also, let's try to code. Okay, so first I'll show the Java code followed by C++. Okay, let me quickly. Where is it? Okay. So before going to the code, I'll also request you to please subscribe to the channel, like the video. Okay, I'll make it very easy for you. Okay. So let's quickly take s dot length into n. Okay. Let's take an index variable I. Okay. Now what we're going to do is while I is less than n and n s dot char at if there are any leading white spaces, then what we're doing is we're ignoring them. Okay, we just simply have to ignore. So how we are ignoring that? Simply incrementing the index. Okay, so for example, if there are leading white spaces, then I will point to the this while loop will go until there are no, or this while loop will run until till there are white spaces. Okay, and we'll keep on incrementing I. Okay, so this is done. Let's quickly see the next case. So check for a sign. Check for a sign default to positive if no sign is present. Okay, so here, so for example, it can also be the case. Let's take this example. For example, if it is this case, right? S minus 123, or let's say it is plus 123. Okay. Okay. So what we want to do is in this case, if we find before the digit, if we find a negative integer, then first of all, we are going to have a sign variable which will initialize with 1. Okay. If we find this hyphen, this negative sign, this subtract sign, then what we're going to do, we will assign minus 1 to the sign. Okay. Minus 1 to the sign. If it is just a positive sign or for that matter, a negative sign, then we are going to increment our I so that it points to the next character. Okay, it points to the next character. So let's quickly write the code for this also. So what I'm saying is int sign equal to 1, right? Now what we're going to check here, I should be less than first of all n and if s dot char at I, if it equals first of all minus or, right, or this needs to be, yeah, in the bracket, or if it is plus, if there is a sign, right? If there is a sign, and if, okay, and if it is negative, if it is a negative sign, right, then what we're going to do? What we're going to do? We are going to simply assign minus one to sign. Okay, you'll understand. You'll understand why we're doing that. And if it is positive sign or negative sign, just increment the I. Okay, so that we go ahead to the next character. Okay, next character. Now, then second is read the integer. The third case is read the integer by ignoring leading zeros until a non-digit character is encountered or end of the string is reached. If no digits are present, return 0. Okay, so what the problem is saying is, again, if for example, if it is like this, right? 0, 123, right? Then we want to ignore these leading zeros. Okay, we want to ignore these leading zeros and we have to come to this non-digit character. Or sorry, I mean, we want to come either to a digit character, or it can also be like this. For example, 000 GFG it can be also this case. So if this is the case, simply first we are going to ignore the zeros. Then if it is a non-digit number, okay, if it is a non-digit number, then simply our result it is going to be 0. Okay, if there are no digits, our result is going to be, we want to return 0 in this case. Okay, so let's also code. Okay, let's also code. So what we're going to do first of all is long result equal to 0 and while we want to do while, right? While I is less than n. Okay, and how we are going to, so there is an inbuilt function of character is digit. If it is digit, right? If it is digit, then go inside. If it is not a digit, then simply return our result. Simply return our result. Okay, it is going to it is going to simply return a result. In that case, it is going to be 0. Okay, now, okay, so what we're going to do here is, now if it is a digit, then what we want to do, result into 10 plus I'll explain why we are doing this, plus s dot char at I minus 0 minus 0. Okay, minus 0. Okay, and then we'll increment I. Okay, so this is the case. So what I'll explain this statement, what we're doing here is, for example, if this was the string, right? We were here, right? We were here. So result, for example, it's 0. Initialize 0. So we want to convert into decimal, right? This is a string format and we want to convert into decimal. So what we're going to do, for example, if we are here, so what will result, what is the formula? Result into 10 plus this character, right? Plus this character, 1. So plus this character, what we are doing is, 1 minus we are doing ASCII of 0. ASCII of 0. So what it is going to give? This character minus this character we are doing. So what is the character of, what is the ASCII of 0? It is 48. ASCII of ASCII of 1 is 49. So 49 minus 48. If it is a digit, simply, right? If it is a digit and it is a character, then you want to subtract the ASCII of 0. So that, so for example, 49 minus 48, it is going to give us 1, right? 1, which is the value. 1, which is the value, which is what we want. For example, if it was 2, right? So ASCII of 2 is what? 50, right? ASCII of 0 is 48. So 50 minus 48 will give us what? 2. Okay, then the actual number. So that is why if it is a digit, just subtract the ASCII of 0 and you'll get it. Okay, so here, what we did, result into 10, result is 0. So 0 into 10 will give us 0 plus this 1, this will give us 1. So result will contain 1. Okay, result is contains 1. Now we go to the next character. So now here we come to this formula again, result into 10. This time result has 10, 1, right? 1 into 10 plus this 2 minus 0, right? So 10 plus 2, ASCII of 2 is 50, 50 minus 48. ASCII of 0 is 48. So 2, right? 10 plus 12. So 12, it sent, sorry, 10 plus 2. So what we got? 12, right? So our result has now become 12. So you're getting it. Why we are doing this formula? In order to convert to decimal, we want to multiply the previous number with 10 and then add the new number. So that's what we did, right? So 12 we got. When it is 3 comes, then 12 into 10 will do 120 plus 3. We are going to do. We'll get 123. So this is the formula for that. Okay, I hope you've got the formula. Okay. Now there are few cases to be handled here. So what again? Let's quickly see the next case. If the integer, this particular case, right? So this particular case, if the integer is greater than 2 raised to 31 minus 1, then return 2 raised to 31 minus 1. And if the integer is smaller than minus 2 raised to 31, then return minus 2 raised to 31. So what the promising is, for example, if the result becomes bigger than the maximum integer value. So integer, this is the maximum integer value. What is the maximum integer value here? 2 raised to 31 minus 1, which is this particular number. Okay, which is this. If it goes, if the result goes beyond this particular number, then you return this particular number, which is 2 raised to 31 minus 1. There is a maximum integer value. If the result is smaller than the smallest integer number, minimum number, okay, then you have to return this particular 2 raised to minus 2 raised to 31, minus 2 raised to 31. Okay, so that's what the problem is. Now what we're going to do here is we're going to check here if this case is true. Okay, if this case is true, for this case we're going to check here. So what we're going to do, result into sign. We are also going to consider sign, right? Sign. If it is a positive, it is going to be sign 1, right? So okay, if it is positive, sign 1. If we are checking here, how we are going to check integer max value? We already have this inbuilt, right? Max value. Okay, this keyword. Okay. Okay, if it is the case, then return. That's what the problem is saying is, right? Then we have to return integer max value, right? That's what the problem is saying is, if you see, if you have a look right here, if this is greater, then return 2 raised to 31 minus 1, which is this integer dot max value. If result into sign. If it is a negative number, sign is -1. And if it is smaller than integer dot minimum value, right? Integer dot minimum value, then return integer dot minimum value. That's what the case is saying. Okay, so that's what we are going to do. Yeah. So here it is. Here is a case. We'll get a result finally if everything is good. Okay, if it is not a big number, bigger than integer max value or not smaller than integer min value, then what we are going to do here? So result into sign we are going to do. Okay, whatever is the sign, if it is negative, we will return negative number. If it is positive, we are going to return positive number. And since the result is long, we will typecast it to int. Then this is it. Let's compile it. So I hope you have got the solution. I've tried. Okay, so result, we got -1. Why is the case? Uh, 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 Let me check. Oh, sorry, my bad. This need not be I. It should be s dot character I, right? S dot character I. Let's compile this. I think this should be compiled successfully. Okay, let's submit it. I hope you have got the solution. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video. I have tried to make it very easy for you. Let's quickly see the C++ code. Not much difference here. So yeah, so here we are ignoring the white spaces. Then here we are checking for the sign. Okay, I'll attach the code in the comment section. Here for digit we are checking, right? So we have this is digit function. Then what we are doing here is, yeah, so we are checking for if the result is greater than int max, then return int max. If the result is smaller than in min, then return in min. Else, finally return result into sign. Okay, so this is it. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video. Have a happy, healthy, and a great day. Thank you so much.